Oh boy, I was going to stay away from this topic with a 9.5 foot pole, but there has been a nasty narrative, and there have been just these crazy fights happening online in regards to this variant of Scarlet Witch. People are attacking the character for beating Thor. People are attacking the character for beating Infinity Hulk. She's a Mary Sue. Marvel is constantly glazing her. Let me say something right now. If comic accurate Wanda was to step into the MCU, every single conflict would be over today. There's no character touching her. Right now in Marvel Comics, Wanda is probably a top 10 scaling power wise character, where only high end reality warpers, and then even then, because of how her powers operate and their connection to chaos magic being like a primordial energy of the universe, they're probably not even touching her. In regards to this show, there are stipulations as to why your favorite character lost. Why did Thor lose? Thor didn't wasn't at 100%. We saw another version of the endgame depressed fat Thor. Instead of him being depressed and fat, this time he was depressed and emaciated. He wasn't eating, he wasn't drinking, he wasn't fighting and training. He was literally just sitting on a throne in that hall for 5 years. His body was broken after he fought Thanos. Thanos mangled one of his arms, damn near mangled and destroyed one of his legs, burnt the skin on his face down to the flesh. That was a shell of a man. That was a shell of Thor. He was never going to beat Wanda. And I know some people are like, well, what? But she's not Prime Wanda. It does not matter. Prime Wanda is something that has to do with the function of reality. She is a nexus being. All of the other variants can hit the exact same points in her story. The Wanda that we are seeing, the zombie Wanda that we have gotten, is a Wanda that is in her bag power wise to where she was during WandaVision. The reality warping, the changing of matter and beings to essentially suit her needs, the mind control, that's generally in the bag that she was for WandaVision. She's not crazy powerful like Scarlet Witch Wanda was in Multiverse of Madness, but she's still a threat. This is a version of Wanda that before she had even arrived at Westview for WandaVision was on the verge of killing Thanos in Endgame, power scale wise. And you are living in the assumption that a Thor with a broken body, who has not trained for 5 years, who just snapped out of his depression, was going to be able to beat someone that for the last 5 years has been doing nothing but mastering, understanding her power, clawing back her mind from the madness of the infection, spreading her power out across the entire planet to infect and control people. That version of the character was going to lose to a broken, diluted version of the character that you love. It was not going to happen. I'm sorry to say, I fucking love Thor. I wish he had gotten his moment to shine. A 100% healthy Thor would have probably wrapped up this entire situation, because I know for a fact if he was healthy, he would have went straight to the Asgardians and been like, yo, every single last one of y'all, we are forming an army and we are marching out of New Asgard, and we are going to start taking back territory for these humans and helping out this planet. But he wasn't in a mindset. He had lost. Groot and Rocket died on his watch. Most of the Avengers are gone. Humanity had already fallen to the zombie plague, and he fell into the depression we've seen his character fall into before. Now, in regards to Infinity Hulk, that is something completely different, because she did not fight Infinity Hulk. She says it herself when she's talking to Kamala. I cannot beat him, not alone. She killed all of the people of Talokan and converted all of the Namor's people into zombies. She took control of all the zombies from Wakanda. She had Okoye leading an army. She had Zombie Abomination. She killed all of the Asgardians and turned them all into zombies. And then took a million zombies that she took from around the world and threw them at Infinity Hulk. Their goal, their job was to wear him down so that she can go up to him and place a hand on his shoulder and be like, dog, you don't got to carry this burden anymore. You don't have to hold up the pillars of reality anymore. You have struggled enough. Your struggle is over. Just go ahead and give that power over to me. That was the whole plan, because she knew she couldn't beat him. The way in which that Hulk was moving, if she had tried to fight him in any way, shape, and form seriously, one-on-one, she would have lost. She threw a million zombies. She threw all of the Asgardians with all of their tech. She threw all of the Talakoans at him. She hit him with the Asgardian gunships. She threw a zombie Thor at him just so that she can get close enough to be like, go ahead, give up that power, big dog. Just give it to somebody that can actually do good with it and fix the world. Because Hulk was tired. There wasn't a Banner persona anymore. There wasn't a Hulk persona anymore. It was an anchor being. My job is to stand here and hold this energy. What's that Greek guy? Is that Atlas? Who has to hold the burden of the world. And there's a really, really great comic book run between that character and Superman, where he wants to go to his daughter's wedding, and he's like, look, I just need you to take over for me for a little bit. And he places the burden on Superman, and Superman says, well, how heavy is it going to be? And he says, it's going to be as heavy as you can fully carry and a little bit more. And he places the burden on him, and then Superman's like, damn. It's like, is he coming back? Just for the small amount of time that Superman was holding that burden, it mentally and physically exhausted him. Imagine a Hulk holding back the powers of the Infinity Stones. Reality, power, time, mind, soul, all of that power, holding it back and stopping it from rampaging and wiping out the entire planet. When they attacked him, that's all pure instinct. It was just pure instinct running off of the last thing that Bruce Banner wanted to do, which was stop the energy from destroying the entire planet. So he was just basically protecting it. There wasn't any upper thought. When someone finally showed up and was like, you can give that burden up, big dog. Give that burden to me, and I'll fix everything. Infinity Hulk was like, shit, take it. I understand. Some people are mad. You hate seeing the Hulk lose. You hate seeing Thor lose. You hate seeing your favorite characters be beaten by a character that Marvel, in my opinion, has been overusing a lot, especially in the later phases. But the later phases have their own issues. So it's not really a Wanda thing. It's more of how the story is essentially written for all of the characters after Endgame thing. I understand. But there were reasons why your characters lost. Could a right off of the heels of getting Stormbreaker Thor 100%, would he be able to box and maybe kill Wanda? Absolutely. Could a Infinity War Hulk who had Infinity War, can you imagine a World War Hulk combined with Infinity Hulk to make Infinity War Hulk? Insanity. But could Infinity Hulk defeat Wanda if he had some level of upper brain function where there was a personality there, that the Bruce persona was probably still there? Absolutely. Because all we see him do is use speed blitz and fire off energy blasts with his fists. That's essentially it. Could he have beaten Wanda if he had full control of his faculties? Yes. Those weren't the cards that we were dealt. We were dealt with an anchor being that was just a body fulfilling the last wish of a soul and mind that are no longer there. A man who was broken, who has lost all of his friends, that has not trained or fought in 5 years, sacrificing himself to hopefully give the last remaining heroes and last remaining Avengers hope to save the entire world. Those are the cards that you would dealt. It wasn't that the character is super OP or super powerful or to some crazy degree. We see the character get pushed back multiple times. Thor pushes her back. Kamala was able to push her back briefly using her own powers. Infinity War, in fact, I keep calling him Infinity War Hulk. Infinity Hulk damn near almost pulled that off as well. It just so happens that there were certain situations that prevented your favorite character from being able to win in this universe. But then I also have to remind people, this is Marvel Zombies. Your favorite character is probably going to get done dirty. The Iron Man and Captain America fans, I know y'all is upset. 100% I know y'all is pissed off at the fact that your characters are gone. The Hawkeye fans, crazy enough, are probably also hella mad. The Doctor Strange fans, probably also mad. The Thanos fans, definitely also mad. But these are the cards that you're dealt in a story like Marvel Zombies. There are always extenuating circumstances that are probably going to screw over your favorite character in a situation where if they were 100% healthy, 100% in their prime, 100% ready to go, that they'd be able to win. But that's basically it. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you think that Wanda is like some crazy broken Mary Sue type messiah that Marvel keeps going to the well with. I mean, if you had two options of who you would get stuck with, what would you prefer? Would you prefer being stuck with a version of the Scarlet Witch moving like the Red Queen, like the Queen of the Dead? Or would you prefer Captain Carter? If I had a choice between villain Wanda and having to suffer through the abomination of the writing Captain Carter got in season 3 of What If, I'm choosing villain Wanda every single time.